So I'm Byron Stallworth. I'm a consultant for Weback ORV, and my job is to help recruit and maintain corporate members. I'm joined by my colleague Robert Moore, goes by Robbie. We'll go with him, and then we'll have other companies who are new or just getting reacquainted with this process to join.
So yeah, I'm Robbie. I'm the certification manager with Webank ORV, kind of the WBE guru, the Webank Link guy, but also try to be knowledgeable in anything that you may need assistance in. I'm always happy to answer questions or get you answers for questions.
Great. Well, let's have everyone kind of introduce. We'll start with MGM Northfield.
I'm Scott McPherson with MGM Northfield Park. We're just signing up with the Ohio River Valley Webank Association, and we are
finance companies. So we
interested in finding out how we can expand our diverse spend and our local spend.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. We'll go to Gil Bain next.
Thank you, Brian. Marlise Ryan, Economic Inclusion Manager with Gilbank Building Company. We're a construction management company. We joined Webank this year officially. Just trying to incorporate more women into our construction projects.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Samantha, Marathon.
Yeah, I'm Samantha with Marathon Petroleum. We've been members of Weback for a while now, but I was just kind of added this to my calendar as a refresher and just see what ideas come out of it.
Cool. Thank you for joining us. See if anybody else join. Hey, Marilyn. Let's go with Tiffany next.
Good afternoon. I am with First Merchants Bank, and we are a new corporate partner this year. And what I do with the bank is I am a community small business lending officer. And what I do is work towards being that trusted advisor for women in business and minority business owners, and help connect them with information within the community, and also to help them with the certification process. So I'm definitely a referral source for Webank ORV, and I'm happy to be here.
Perfect. Thanks for joining. Bill.
I think he's having some mic trouble. It doesn't show up as an option for him.
Okay. Well, we've got some of our leaders from the board on. We'll start with John Munson and then Marilyn Clark.
Good afternoon, everyone. John Munson Jr. here, chairman of the board. I appreciate everyone taking time out your day to learn more about our great organization, Weback ORV. I think that you'll understand the value that this organization brings to your supply chain, to your corporate partners, to your WBEs. I've been a part of this council since the inception. We're excited about our future with our new leader, Lanice Smith, who's on the call. So again, I want to thank everyone for joining. And I want to give a special shout out to First Merchants Bank. I have not had a chance to personally sit down and meet with them, but I've spoken to Lanice, and all the support that you have provided with our transition does not go unnoticed. So thank you to everyone for joining Weback ORV.
Perfect. Thank you, John. Marilyn.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can.
Great. My name is Marilyn Clark. I am the Economic Inclusion Manager for the University of Kentucky. I've been here for about 3 years. And one of the things I negotiated in before I got started was that we were going to be corporate members of WeBank ORV. And so that was from day one. We really value the relationship and the value that it brings to our organization. I work with the Corporate Engagement Committee, and we are set on making sure that all of our corporate members feel valued, that they are getting the benefit of being a part of this organization. We will survey corporate members mostly annually or biannually, and we will also have the best corporate engagement seminars at the conference each year. So corporate best practices is one of the ways that I became involved with this organization. I went to a conference. They allowed me to get into that session at the conference, and I was sold from then, basically because of the way that we share with one another, and the way that we talk through some of the things that we're dealing with specifically. So welcome aboard. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to contact me. I put my email in the chat. Thank you.
Perfect, thank you. We'll have Lanice say hello, and then we'll get started with the deck. I'm still waiting on one more corporate, trying to help him get in.
Good afternoon. I almost said good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Lanice Smith. I have the privilege of being the president and CEO of WeBank ORV. I am excited to see not only some familiar names like Samantha, Marlise, and Tiffany, but some new names. So I look forward to having the opportunity to meet everyone. I appreciate all that you do, and I'm glad to have you join our network. Let us know how we can support you and how we continue to grow together.
Great. Well, Robbie, let's start the deck. So we want to be speeding with people's time. And when Great American comes on, we'll just say hello and keep rolling. So for the agenda today, how do you get engaged, and how can WeBank ORV help you connect with qualified business? That's our goal today. Next. We heard that Lanice. Might cover this slide and we'll keep rolling. Here's our team. So Lanice is our executive director. Colleen is the director of certification. Robert, who you met earlier, is our certification manager, does a deep dive on the WBEs. Our marketing is led by Catherine Macon. Angela Ruff is a certification specialist. Dr. K does our programs and event, and I'm the consultant for corporate membership. You've met a couple people from our board, but John Munson is the chair. The vice chair, Stephanie Burton with the Kroger Company. Second vice chair is Molly Zurich from Bass Group, the WBE. Our treasurer is Wilson Daniels from the Port. And our secretary is another WBE, but a very large one, Tara Abraham. Here's our board of directors. You can see a lot of corporate members and some WBEs. Covers the gamut of our footprint. So from the top part of Ohio all the way down to Lexington, Kentucky. WeBank ORV is just one of 14 regional RPOs. It is the largest certification body for women-owned businesses in the country. Nationally, there's 17,000 certified WBEs and over 350 corporate members. Those are a very large organization. The national conference is next month. Here's our core platform, certification, opportunities, sourcing opportunities, resources to help grow and scale the WBEs, and of course, engagement, which we are very proud. We think that there's no more engagement between WBEs and corporate members going on in the country outside WeBank ORV. There's something going on every month. Go on to the next slide. Robbie, you want to cover this?
Yeah. So, in order to become a WBE, you have to be 51% owned, operated, and controlled by women or women. So this is really breaks down what it takes to be a WB, so that when you see our seal of approval, you see the WeBank logo, you know that they've been thoroughly vetted. So you don't have to worry of, are they a diverse supplier? You know they are, because the process itself takes so long. Some of our corporate members are on different committees that help with those efforts to certify the businesses. It takes about 90 days to certify a new one, a lot less time for recertification. But we have businesses that are certified, that are startups, all the way up to been in business 90 plus years. And it's a very thorough review process that we go through for the WBs. And we also partner with the SBA to offer the Women-Owned Small Business certification. This way they can kind of get a two for one special, as I say, on their certification, so they can work with the government if they choose to. They don't have to go through another process. They just add on a couple questions for hours. Lenise.
Yeah, thank you, Robbie. I just wanted to add some context to this. Those that already know me know that I've been in supply diversity for about 20 something years. And I actually came from Ohio Health and have the honor of sitting on the WeBank ORV board prior to taking this role. And one of the reasons why, as a organization, as a corporate member, that we've leveraged the certification was the risk to the organization. Right. So as a corporate member, one of the things that we do is reduce the risk for you when you are reporting out your economic impact to your stakeholders and to your boards. You're able to say with confidence that you know that this company has been vetted by a third party organization and that they are making the impact, that your organization is making the impact that you're stating, right, in your numbers and your end of the year reports. We assume that risk for you. One of the other things that we want you to know about certification, Robbie alluded to the 90-day time frame. And yes, it takes 90 days, but in comparison to some of the other certification processes throughout the network that take 6 months to a year, 90 days is pretty fast while still being efficient. In addition to that, we offer that WOSB certification, but in some parts of the country, that small business, like if you're doing government contracting, this WOSB certification is something that you're aware of. But most small businesses that go through the SBA, it's taking 9 to 12 months for them to actually get certified through the SBA. And so we allow them to do that companion certification and get processed within 90 days. To the extent that now we're starting to have conversations with the SBA, how do we take on some more of that load for them to be able to assist them with getting these WBE certified so that they do not lose the opportunity to contract with organizations like yourself or the government directly. So just wanted to point out how certification impacts you. And then also want to let you know that we do have some organizations that are doing a deep dive into their own supply chain. So one of the strategies could be is, you are already doing business with a woman-owned small business or a woman-owned business, but they're not certified. We have cases throughout the country where we have organized clinics where we come in and actually speak to the individuals within your supply chain about the benefits of certification. And then we assist them with getting certified. So it's not just recruiting outside, it's sometimes leveraging the businesses that are already in your supply chain and allowing us to help you, speak to them about the benefits of certification and support your efforts. So thank you, Robbie, for the opportunity.
Anytime. Yeah, you covered everything I missed, so I guess we'll slide on to the next one here. If I can get it to go.
So we have a number face-to-face opportunities going on within the organization. There's one coming to the Cleveland market, so MGM. In the next couple of weeks, we'll be up there at a Cavs basketball game. And I believe this one just happened. Cheryl is an attorney supporting WBEs in our network, did a training called Accelerate Business Growth Through Strategic Alliances and Joint Ventures. For those looking to get monumental spend, that's a strategy that we make put on, and that training was just this month. Please look at our calendar, which is on our website. We've got all of our programs listed on our calendar.
Yeah. And Byron, I just want everybody to know, like, the Cavs is going to be a celebration. Like, it's Women's History Month. We're asking you to come out and join us as we celebrate the WBEs in our network, as well as celebrate the great work that our corporate members have done. We still have some seats available. And it's an experience. So we're going to be networking with no pressure, right? No pressure to issue a PO or a contract. Just getting the opportunity to get to know our network and join the Cavs while they're doing really well this season.
Yeah, I'll step on that just a little more. We've got 3 new corporate members and some more coming in the Cleveland market to join some very large organizations up there that have been members for years. So I'm excited to get to be up there with our WBEs in just a couple of short weeks.
Yeah, we get to, so just more about the Cavs, we're gonna actually be on, so we get to come in during practice time. So we'll already be in there watching them practice and warm up. We'll be on the floor. We get to come out to the floor and do, a group picture and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we're really gonna try and spoil you that night. So if you can be there, you really want to be there.
Awesome. Hello, Ricky from Great American Insurance. I just wanted to give you a little shout out.
Hey, Byron. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Good to be here.
Awesome. ORV has committees, and we want to go over this committee roster because we're hoping that you would join some of these committees. Certification. Rob, you want to talk about that? I can talk about the corporate engagement.
Yeah, so certification is a little different than the other ones because you have to remain anonymous. It's to protect you so that no one can say anything. But it's also so no one comes after you trying to like, oh, you done my site visit? Give me blah, blah. This was protect you. Everybody signs an NDA because you're going to be reviewing some documents to help us to get businesses certified. I think it's the most rewarding committee. I'm partial because I'm working with them. But it's a great way to like really see who the businesses are as they're coming through or renewing. The estimated time, it's really between like 3 to 4 hours a month. Depends on if you're doing the file review or you're doing some site visits. Site visits are super fun because it's a great way to like meet the businesses one-on-one, talk with the owners, learn what they're doing, what they're up to. So I'm partial to certification one. I think it's amazing.
And our leader, the co-leader of the corporate engagement committee is on. Marilyn, if you wanted to cover anything. If not, I'm happy to cover the activity. I support that committee.
Yeah, I think we can both chime in here. We are looking for new committee members to bring some new ideas to our committee. Again, we focus on corporate engagement. We focus on making sure we have great information at the conference for our corporate members. And then we also look at ways in which we can add value to your membership throughout the year. So we've been doing some really creative things that Barry can tell you about with the meet and greets that we've been having and the ways in which we've been engaging with corporates in different markets. So I'm going to let him tell you about that.
Thank you, Marilyn. We did, since joining as a consultant, we have started doing meet and greets to go to the people. Because there used to be just once a year, there was an event and everybody came to that event. Now we're in every major city in our footprint. As a matter of fact, our first meet and greet of 2024 is in Louisville on March the 6th. So it's right around the corner. It's hosted at a very large WBE VSoft Consulting in Louisville, and we're expecting 60 folks to attend that. We're going to move it around the footprint. The following month we'll be in Lexington, for example, and so we'll post those on our calendar of events. Lanice, you want to talk about the Finance Committee and Programs Committee?
You know, I'll just lump it together and just say that, you know, it's a different way of getting engaged. Obviously we're a nonprofit and we operate on the women power and manpower that is donated to us. But I want to let you know that it's a great opportunity to really just to get to know the WBEs and know the capacity of the WBEs and give back to the community. One of the things that I used this for was for business, also professional development. So it is an opportunity for you to look within your organizations and identify people that may be emerging leaders, and you want to give them some additional exposure and opportunity to cultivate those leadership skills. It is also a way to create ambassadors within your organization. So if you want to create supply diversity champions, you know, get them involved and give them an opportunity to serve on one of these committees, and you'll convert them, I guarantee you, because they'll get a better understanding of why certification is important, how to leverage supplier diversity, and then you will create those ambassadors within your organization that can help you drive your work forward. Everyone knows on this call, I'm speaking to the choir to say that supplier diversity is usually the most underfunded and under-resourced function of any business. And so sometimes you have to operate through influence, and this is one way to create those champions to help you spread the word throughout your organization.
Thank you, Lanice. And as Marilyn discussed, this is our roster of cities we're going this year. We're working to solidify all the dates, but Louisville's first, March the 6th, and then April the 24th will be in Lexington with Maryland at UK. And for those who know that there are women-owned businesses that chase public work, and particularly higher education, Maryland's got upwards of $3 billion in construction spend in the next several years at UK. So we'll have some large WBs coming to that event, I'm sure of it. Next slide. One of the things you all will get, and we just need to get you connected with Dr. K on the program side, is how to do business with XYZ company. That's part of your membership. And we just need to get that scheduled. You'll get a Teams meeting that'll get broadcast to our entire footprint of WBEs, over 1,000 of them, and they'll get to learn about your company. Next slide.
And Byron, can we go back to the other one really quick? This is a coordinated effort between us, and we really want to give you the opportunity to shine, right? And so I want you to know that not only do you get the opportunity for WBEs within our network to join this call, but as a corporate member of WeBank ORV, you are automatically a corporate member of within the WeBank network, which is over 22,000 women-owned businesses. So this information is shared with our other RPO networks. And so the purpose is the organization understands, our WBs understand what you buy, what you need, and then how to do business with you. And this is an opportunity for you to bring in your supply chain leaders and whoever else that you want to be able to help support that conversation, so that those WBEs can do their homework, understand about your opportunities, and prepare themselves. So we do have a calendar. We're hosting these sessions every month, and we'll get you the link where you can schedule your session, and we'll help you customize it to your need and make sure that you get the outcome that you want. And then we also record them. And then we make them available to our WBEs because we're constantly getting new WBEs that join the network. And so that they don't have to wait for the next session to come available. They can actually go in and listen to how to do business with you. You know, maybe a session that they missed. So thank you, Myron. You know, I keep jumping in. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I think that's excellent commentary. I learned something every time you jump in. I mean, you're the one that's talking with other national RPOs, and it is effective, I think, for the new corporate members to know you're a part of a bigger network as well once you make your financial commitment.
Do you want me to do this one too?
Sure.
So, this is the R in core. And so when we talk about resources is what do we do to help support our WBEs, in addition to our supply diversity leaders. So you heard a little bit from Marilyn talking about the corporate engagement committee where we do the best practice sessions. One of the things that we do really well is actually providing opportunities for our WBEs to grow themselves and grow their business. And so we have an ORV BDP program, which is a business development program. It's a 6-month program where we bring in specialists to come in and have those conversations. It is a sponsored type of a program. So for example, last year we had Victoria's Secret, who was the sponsor of that initiative. You know, then it was co-branded with Victoria's Secret, and then it was held at their facility. And what we did was we brought in subject matter experts to talk to that cohort, which is a cohort of 10 women-owned businesses. And then what Victoria's Secret did was made it real. They brought in people within their organization, experts within their organization to talk about how it applies to them, right? And so allowed those WBEs to be coached and mentored by the organization. With the hopes that at some point those WBEs will be able to do business with that organization. But that's not the sole purpose. The purpose is really to just grow and develop and build more dynamic women-owned businesses. And then we have a lot of different sessions. We'll have some more stuff coming up, but just want to let you know we also do WBE to WBE networking. And so that's the event that we did last year for the first time. And that's solely for our women-owned businesses to network with each other so that they can start having conversations about collaboration, strategic partnership, joint venturing, subcontracting, whatever it is that they need to help continue to grow the network. I know I wasn't too popular. I don't want to say that. When I was in supply university, one of the things that I said was that I felt that it always gave credibility to a business that was doing what they expected me to do, right? And so when you have women-owned businesses or other diverse businesses coming to you and they expect that, you know, everything that you do is geared towards inclusion, then I think it says something when our women-owned businesses do the same and they walk that same walk. And so that's one of the things that we encourage our women-owned businesses to do, is to leverage other women-owned businesses within their supply chain so that they can also help us grow and mentor other suppliers from a tier 2 to maybe at some point becoming a tier 1. The Hey, Let's Get Certified is something that's specific for women of color. We are trying to increase the number of women of color and offer culturally sensitive content. And then also address any cultural issues that they may be having, or disparities or barriers, to help them get around that. We are also working on one for Latina, so that we can talk about, you know, language barrier or whatever other type of issues that our Latinas are having with scaling and growing their business. So just wanted to let you know that we have not only resources for you as a corporate member, whatever stage you are in your supply diversity program, but we also offer additional tools for our women-owned businesses. And so as you talk to women-owned businesses that are in your supply chain, you could be comfortable knowing that we create an infrastructure to be able to support them and help them grow. It's not just them getting certified. Oh, that's my spiel. These are additional resources that we have available. Another thing that our WBEs get access to is a lot of these incubators and accelerators that are offered at the national level. These are almost like going to a master's level program within a short span of time, and they are actually sponsored by corporate members such as yourself. If you have a desire to kind of create something, this is also your opportunity to cultivate those WBEs that you need within your supply chain. So you see IBM is helping fuel the one called Capstone, and then we have Capital One, we have Chase. We have a lot of our larger companies that are actually, and Kroger just did one this year where they created their program to meet the niche within their market. So just wanted to let you know that those are other additional resources that we have available. And these are at no charge to the women-owned businesses that participate. The only thing they pay for, if it's virtual, there's no cost. If it's in person, the only thing they pay for is their travel and their hotel accommodations. The program itself is free. And so this is actually another, this slide is to show you how we were able to pivot, right? So during COVID, obviously we weren't able to have any in-person events. And so one of the things that we did was one, to keep the women-owned businesses, one, to keep training them, be a resources for our corporate members. And so we had these sessions where we were talking about different topics that were relevant for our WBEs to continue to grow. You can see I was on episode 5 with Honda, and we just had a great conversation about how do you leverage relationships to create success. But again, these are more opportunities for you to get engaged. We will be tapping your shoulder to see if you have a subject that you may feel like you're a subject matter expert on, or if you have anyone in your organization that you feel like is an expert that you want to give them additional visibility. I'll say, as a former supply diversity leader, this is a great way to giving your people shine, is a great way to reward them for the work that they do to help you advance the work within your organization.
So that's CPOs, other sourcing leaders that you
Yes,
work
yes,
with,
yeah.
just to be clear.
Yeah, I would use CPOs. I have my VP of IT come on to talk about, how to things that they look for, risk management, things like that. They can lend their expertise, which is a big help for our women-owned businesses, but it's also a way for their own professional development and just rewarding them to let them know that you trust them and that they have expertise that the world needs to hear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This
Slide
is,
to Robbie.
yep. So with membership, you get access to WeBank Link 2.0. That is our database of WBs. That is your supply chain solution. If there's something that you're bidding or you're looking to buy, you have access to WeBank Link to search for certified vendors, knowing that anybody that shows up is already certified. So you don't have to ask and say, hey, are you diverse? You already know. There's 18,000 plus certified WBs in the system. You can, if you want to do it very specific, you can do NICS codes, or you can do keywords. I like keywords. It keeps it broad because no matter how much I ask them to put more in their profile, they won't. But a lot of people do very well on their keywords. Instead of just putting paint, they're putting what type of paint. So as certification side, I'm always trying to educate more to be like, hey, corporates are looking for these things. You've got to add more details so they know what to look for. But this is like an all-seeing thing, it feels like, because it's just like, it's our hub. If you need catering, they're in there. If you're trying to build a building, doors, windows, roofing, any kind of niche thing, there's probably a certified WB that does it. So if you're looking for new suppliers, you're wanting to better your suppliers. I think a recent study came out that was like diverse suppliers tend to have a higher quality of work. And this is a great way to find that higher quality of work. They want to earn your business. They don't want to be given it. I've never met anyone that said, well, I'm certified, give me all your business. They're they want to earn it. They want to show you that they do good work. So with regional partner organization, the WBs get access to everyone, and that's within themselves. As a corporate, you get access to those in your region, unless you're a national member, then you get access to the full lot of everybody. You also get access, you can look at the members to see who else is a member, to reach out to each other. That if you have questions, you're trying to grow or expand, you have the ability to do that, to reach who the contact person is, and allow that. And as Lenny said, everyone in your organization can get access to WeBank Link. You tell me who you want added, I can give them access. It takes a few minutes to do, super easy. It creates them a password, and then they can search, so you're not always having to look for one person to do it. 2 or 3 people can be searching all at the same time. But this is kind of like, this is my baby. I can talk about it all day long because I use it so much. But it's just an amazing resource for supply chain. Lenny's,
How did you know?
you came off mute is why I asked.
Oh, okay. I'm like, how did you know? So no, thank you, Robbie. Robbie is kind of our admin for the WeBank Link, and so he gives our corporate members access, and so that's why he's so close to it. So if you ever need, search, if you're worried about how to optimize your search, Robbie can assist. We also can assist you with identifying. So if you need assistance with us doing the search for you, we can do that. We just ask for you to give us some time, and hopefully it's something that's a little bit more down the line where you're looking for women-owned businesses, and that we can help you identify those within our network. And then if we're unable to identify WBEs within our network, we can also connect with the other RPOs to see if there's anyone in their and within their RPOs that kind of meet those needs. Obviously, as a national member, you would get access to the full database, but as a regional member, we still want you to have access and have success. So we're willing to have those conversations outside the RPO to see if we can help identify WBEs that can support you. So don't get discouraged if you don't find anyone in the WeBank Link that doesn't meet your needs. Just reach out and we'll help you. I also want to say that this is also another way to equip your team within your organizations to reach out to women-owned businesses. So I can't say how many times I would get people last minute to say, I'm looking for somebody to get, for a widget, or I'm looking for someone to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm in the middle of, working on RFPs or doing scope or doing whatever. Or I could be traveling someplace because I was a team of one. So giving them access to the database where they can be more self-sufficient is something that we can do. So if you have people within your supply chain, leaders within your organizations, or even advocates within your organization that have purchasing authority, if you give us their contact information, we can get them access to WeBank Link. In addition to WeBank Link, we can also give them access to our newsletter. So the organization has a membership. The membership does not belong to like a Tiffany or, I'm sorry, I'm only picking on Tiffany because I know her, but everyone under First Merchant becomes a member of this network. And so, which means that they can actually get access to these resources. They can join the newsletter. They can chime into professional development opportunities and our webinars and things like that. They have full access to join and help support the work that you're doing. That's all for me, Robbie.
Yeah, let me see if I can get this next slide here. Oh, Byron, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I made it something in the chat that I've got a call coming in from a national company that I'm not worried about that, but I just wanted to say this and then I'll go back on mute. We do engage with our corporate members in multiple ways throughout the month. The meet and greets are one way, but at our Catch the Wave event, we have a huddle just for corporate members and a session with our corporate engagement session during the Catch the Wave conference, which is end of August.
Yeah,
I think
Byron, can
Marilyn
I
came
ask-
up. Marilyn came off mute there, so she may.
Yeah, I
She
was
speaks
just
through
about
here.
yeah, I was about to ask Marilyn because Marilyn won an award. Her organization won an award, and I would love for Marilyn to say a couple words about how you feel being engaged in the organization has changed supply diversity for your organization, because you've done great things at UK, and I continue to hear great things about the opportunities that come from there. And I personally witnessed all the ambassadors that you've created and champions you've created in the organization. So I would love for you to talk about kind of how you used engagement as a strategy.
Yes, that was our strategy because the university is so large. When I got here, I knew I could not do this work alone. And so again, ORV was the first organization that we engaged with and became a corporate member. And you see me on a very bad hair day, accepting an award because I had no idea I was going to win it. And so when they called our name at the dinner, I was just totally shocked. Um, but we worked a lot over the course of those 2 years prior to this year, just trying to find the right businesses to work with. I'll tell you a quick story. We have a WBE, HPP is a company that provides industrial supplies. And so they came on board the first year that I was here. And since then, they have grown into um, one of our best vendors in terms of providing those products and those supplies. And I never would have been able to work with Pam had I not been a part of this organization. We work with Kathy Stafford. We work with Nancy Weiser. We work with a number of WBEs in our organization that account for our spend. And better than that, they account for just genuine relationships. We have a vendor that has provided all of the furniture for our dining halls. And before we could finish the dining hall, we had to expand the dining hall. And she also provided the furniture for that, for our law offices, our law divisions, and brand new buildings. And so we have some really good long-term relationships with WBEs that would not be possible had it not been for them being engaged and us being engaged with WeBank. So we get involved with the conference, we get involved with um, other things, I also serve on the steering committee. So it is definitely a benefit. And my colleagues here, the university loves it when we get an award. We got so many stories out there. And so they did one on this one specifically, and that goes across the state.
Yeah, thank you, Marilyn. It's so
You're
funny. I can attest to that, because when we won an award under my leadership at Ohio Health, my marketing team came in, picked up the award, and did a photo shoot with the award. And I got some of the best slides out of that. But I mean, they did a full-blown photo shoot with the award. They were so proud of it. And thank you for all your work and your support.
Yes.
I think we've hit engagement really well. You know, I think Byron is still on mute, but these are some of our signature events, and we won't hammer this. We've already talked about these things. So, you know, Catch the Wave is coming up. It's going to be in Cincinnati, August 26th through the 28th. So we've already sold out of our corporate title sponsors, and I have 2 slots left for our title sponsors for WBEs, but we still have other sponsorship levels. So if you're interested, contact Byron and Robbie, and they'll be able to assist you. And then obviously we have an annual meeting and a virtual kind of town hall that'll be coming up this year, and you'll hear more information about that. And those 2 things are new for us.
Byron, are you gonna add something? You're just coming off mute.
Yeah, no, the annual meeting and the virtual town hall are new this year. It's another touch point. There's a piece of it that we're allowing for corporations that sponsor Catch the Wave additional marketing opportunities. So I will make sure that you guys get information about that. So for example, if you're sponsoring at the $7,500 level, the $10,000 or the $15,000 level, believe it or not, we already have 4 corporations who are doing title sponsors and have committed that money for an event in August of this year. There'll be marketing branding opportunities for your company if you donate at those levels.
And so I'll just hit on this really quick. This is the national conference that Byron mentioned. It's in Denver. It is a highly anticipated conference. It is a joint conference where the RPOs support. So we have some engagement opportunities with our network. So you'll get the national, I can say that you'll get the power of WeBank with the personal regional feel of WeBank ORV. So if you plan on attending or you need or have questions or want to know more about it, one of us can reach out and have a one-on-one conversation, but it's going to be a great event. And if you're not able to attend, we'll see you at Catch the Wave. So and then just another shout out for Catch the Wave. Again, in 2023, we had almost 400 people attend. There was a lot of tears, a lot of excitement, a lot of great energy. Who you see pictured here was our trailblazer. So every year when we go to a city, we actually identify someone in that community that is making an impact on the lives of women and or girls, right? And so this was Rocks Ruling Our Experiences, which Dr. Lisa Hinkleman, who has done some dynamic work with advancing and supporting, and mentoring young women. So you'll hear more about Catch the Wave. You can go to the next slide.
Next slide, yeah.
Yeah, and so we'll give you the opportunity to ask some questions in the last couple minutes that we have. But what I want to say is, I know Byron led with a question, and why do we feel like our RPO? I know you can hear the pride and excitement and all that kind of stuff. And there's a magic. I always say there's a magic, but you won't know until you feel it. So promise me you'll get there. But why is our RPO the best? And I would say because one, we have a lot of corporate members that are in the $1 Billion Roundtable, which means that they're doing $1 billion or more with diverse businesses. And so you have the opportunity to learn and share best practices with those organizations. I think we have 3 to 5, if I'm not mistaken, that are in the $1 Billion Roundtable. I need to fact check that before I say that again.
I can talk to that.
That number?
Yeah, I do. We have 4.
4, okay.
Toyota, Honda, Procter & Gamble, Kroger, but I have a call in the next few minutes. That's why I had to excuse myself with Ford. So I'm hoping to announce that this time next month,
Yeah.
that we have a new BDR firm.
Yeah.
And there's a couple others that.
Yeah, we have a couple businesses that are aspiring to be on the BDR. And so there's some best practices and things that come out of that is an opportunity for you to learn from their experiences and from no matter where you are within your supply diversity journey. As we stated before, we have 3-state territory: Ohio, Kentucky, and West Virginia, with over 1,200 or approximately 1,200 women-owned businesses that are certified through that network and growing. So we're still growing out our markets. And then we have a lot of women that are in what we call our forum. That is our leadership, our national representatives, and they are not only leaders within WeBank ORV, they're leaders on a national scale. So they sit on the national board, advise, they're called to do different meetings and add their expertise. And so you'll get access to those women-owned businesses and get opportunity to meet them. And they always giving back. So if you have WBEs that need to be mentored or have questions, those ladies are usually my go-to when I have questions about anything. And then of course, there's just a strong ROI for engagement. You know, as you can see with Marilyn, she's won awards, she's done great things, she's trending, she is the woman to know down in Kentucky. I won't even limit her to a city. I mean, in Kentucky, Marilyn Clark, if you say the name Marilyn Clark, people usually know who you're talking about because she's been such a force in supply diversity and such a made such a great impact, not only to UK, but to the community. So those are my parting words. Thank you for joining, and I'll hand it to Byron for questions.
Yeah, I just one more comment about the level of leadership that this particular unit, RPO, in the national organization, they're typically women who chair or co-chair the national event, are on leadership committees with the national WeBank organization or WeBank organization. There's always somebody from our RPO in a national leadership position. We always want to position ourselves that way, and we consistently have that. So we're open the floor for questions.
You can put
Anybody
them
can
in the
ask any
chat
question.
or come off mute. Sorry. I'll say I know every year during our Catch the Wave, people come up to me and they're not from our RPO, but they come to our events just because like everyone knows that we have the premier events, that we put on a good show, but it's also some amazing material with some amazing speakers, and great messages, great networking. So Catch the Wave is that premier event, but they also want to be invited to everything. I also say the newsletter that Byron mentioned goes out to over about 4,000 people, I think was the last number I heard. We share bid opportunities in there when we can. So as a member, if you have a bid that's coming up, Marilyn knows that we've shared hers before. If you have a bid coming up, it's a great way to get that out to the network very easily. So just remember that as well.
Yeah, for sourcing, I'll just give you some feedback that I got from Mark Taylor, who is the CPO at Miami University. They just recently joined us. And he gave me a phone call after last month's orientation. He said, I just had no idea, he's been a sourcing professional all his career, that all these resources were available for women-owned businesses that could be selling to Miami University. I can do RFIs, RFQs, RFPs. I can tell my staff below me. They can research on the WeBank Link portal for women-owned business in certain categories. I implore you all to use that system. Robbie is the person to help get you trained up and make it part of your sourcing activity.
You stole the words right out of my mouth because I was going to make sure that everyone knows that that system exists, because you can go in and pull very specific list of businesses that you're looking for a particular RFP, which is how we've been able to find companies that we're working with. I ran into a company that does roofing, and they were at an event the other day, but they were WeBank certified, and they've done some work here at our really large library, and I had no idea. So we did find them originally through that portal. So definitely use it. It's valuable, and we found over time that most corporates didn't know about it. So we're going to really talk about that quite a bit.
I can always set up a call and do like a 30-minute training, but also WeBank National does an hour-long training. I think it's once a month, where they dive into everything that you can do with WeBank Link. Probably some things that I forget about, but I can always jump on a call and help you navigate that system to learn. You can't mess anything up is the good part. So you can kind of have some fun with it, play around as you're searching. You don't have to worry about anything. But I don't care one bit to help you navigate the system as best I can, so that you're better equipped to teach your team or whatever you may need from it.
Yeah, thank you, Robbie. Thank you, everyone. I know we're at time. I want to respect and honor your time, but if you have any additional questions, you have our contact information, and our contact information is here on this page. So if there's no more questions, have a great day. And Marlies, we look forward to partnering with you too. Thank you.
Exactly. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining today. Got their training done. Check that box and reach out to us anytime. We'll make sure you get a post survey from us as well.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Yeah,
Thank you.
John. Thank you,
Thank you.
Marilyn.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
welcome.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye now.